The Ruggeds are a breaking crew from Eindhoven in the Netherlands who are celebrating their 20th year together this year. Having begun as a friendship group who only formalised their crew status in order to enter a competition together, they have built a legacy across the past 2 decades that is incredibly impressive. Not only have they competed to a high level as a crew, they've had individual successes in battles across the world. From Nick to Leon Grimson to Lorenzo, the crew has heavyweight battlers from every generation. Following an invitation to perform at Breakin Convention in 2015, they created their first piece for theatre called Adrenaline, before going on to create the full-length pieces Between Us and Groove. And this year have returned to Breakin Convention with a classic showcase-style piece to celebrate their anniversary. They also have their own festival, Jams and Gems, which we are happy to announce that the Capsule will be covering this year. The Ruggeds are a crew who bring together authenticity, artistry, creativity, style, and execution. They move between different lanes flawlessly because they are defined not by their medium, but the principles that drive them. The ability to succeed is hard enough, let alone to do it in multiple arenas across the span of 20 years. Being able to do this while also being a relaxed, funny, caring group of people is almost impossible, but somehow they've managed it. We wish them a happy anniversary, and here's to 20 more. It's the Ruggeds, everyone. Yay! Woo! Happy birthday. Is it today?
It's not today.
Oh, okay. That would have been great if it was today. Do you have a specific date when it's the 20th anniversary?
It's around, I forgot the month, but it was a bit cold. And I know where it was that we started, but...
you just know it's this year?
Yeah, it's like somewhere at the ending of the year. November, maybe somewhere.
And how does it, what is the anniversary celebrate? Like, were you guys already friends and then it was like, now we're going to officialize it? Or did you have some meeting? Like, how do we know it was the beginning of the Ruggeds?
Okay, so half of us, they grew up together.
Okay.
So we were like childhood friends, then started breaking after. And then in the same spot that we practiced, we've met the rest, kind of. And then later, this guy joined, but that was so many years later. Yeah. But basically, what it was we had a session where we had like kind of 2 crews, like an older one and the younger generation. And then for the Dutch champs, we were like, let's just, because we're practicing together anyways, so let's just join forces. And then, we started Rugged Solutions.
I remember when it was called Rugged Solutions. That was like my first Rugged Solutions and B-Boy Just Do It.
Yeah.
Was my what? That was Nick. Nice at the beginning.
Just do it, yeah.
But yeah, that was what year would that have been? 2005.
2005.
Started.
Yeah.
Okay, so the formation of the 2 crews coming together for the competition, that was the official.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, because we already did a lot of things together, like practicing and just chill around. But I think it was kind of, the reason why we were like, yo, we're doing battles together. Let's just make it official and be one crew instead of just the older ones and the younger ones.
Okay.
And this was in 2005. And then the group wasn't that big, but now we're like 14 guys or something.
Yeah, 13, 14.
Yeah.
And who are the people that were there at the beginning that are still there now?
So beginning is Nick. So Just Do It back then.
Yeah.
Then Sky Chief, Virgil, Jesse, Squares, me, Dusk, and then the rest joined. I'm thinking, So then it was Sjoerd and Taufik, so Stepper and Taufik. Then, Lee also. Lee joined.
After.
And then you.
When did Rico join?
Oh, Rico. Shit. Sorry, Rico. Sorry. He's going to hate me for this. Rico joined, I don't know actually, when. After Street Star somewhere. I think he won World Breaking Classic with her. And then maybe the year after. Maybe 2014, 15, something like this.
So was it before?
It was the Hawaii show.
Taufik?
No, it's after.
Before.
Yeah, before. I don't know, man. So many people joined, bro. It's like it's 20 years. I keep forgetting stuff.
So let me ask you this then. When it comes to like crew stuff, I know a lot of people have different rules, or like, not agenda's not the right word, but like a different perspective on who should be in a crew or who shouldn't be in a crew. I know some people that are like, I mean, I'm talking all styles of dance where it's like some people are like, all right, we just want to get together the best people there are. So if someone starts winning and is like, we like the style, you're in. And then some people are like, we don't care about level. It's just if you're one of the boys, it's like a family thing. Like, I mean, obviously it's probably changed over 20 years of like kind of how people get in. But what's you guys' kind of mentality been with letting people in the crew? And can I be in? No, I'm joking. All of this to say.
First of all, no. So no.
No, okay, sick. That's fair. What if I beat Lee in breaking? Could you put it now that like in that unlikely event, if I beat Lee?
The only reason why you could enter then is because you're already friends with us.
Okay.
We know you can do shows and battles.
Ooh.
And you're better than Lee?
Then it's
who's better
tick
than
all the
Lee,
boxes.
You know? Yeah. Yeah, so that's a thing for us. Like you have to bring something to the table, but first you have to be kind of... you have to be able to sit at the table.
Ooh, okay.
You know, so and that means like you have to be family first.
Family first,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Because you have so many good B-boys and B-girls and whatever, but we don't care basically.
Yeah.
Like, of course you have to bring. Yeah, it's nice that you're a good dancer, but are you a good person? No. Then there's the door. Get the fuck out of. Oh, sorry.
No. I rate that. No, but it's so okay. So it's like family first, and then. Yeah. But then could somebody, like, you know, if somebody's like around enough and they're really like a genuine good friend of yours, but their level is not quite as high in shows or battles, that's also going to kind of restrict from being in?
Yeah, because like what's the point in the end? Because we're still, of course, a battle crew and we do a lot of other things, but you have to contribute to the thing that we're doing. And for example, Rico, like he was on the radar because... he was good, and the way he listens to the music and how he's dancing, we were like, this is a dope guy.
What's Rico's name now? Sorry, because it was
Crimson.
That's it. It was Supreme.
It was Supreme before.
Now Crimson. Yeah,
can't keep up.
Yeah. So because of this, we've kept an eye on him for some time. Then we asked him to come practice, and he did some jams with us. We went to Denmark a few times, and then it just made sense for him to join. Like everything goes very organically. And if it's like forced, then we're like, why, you know?
Right. So it's more a case of like, it will become apparent if this person should be in the crew because it's like so obvious to all of us.
Yeah. With Lorenzo, for example, like we had this kind of, not an internship, but like first come practice, open up more because this guy wasn't talking at all in the beginning.
Really?
Now he's also not talking, but
he will later.
He will know the history of the crew. I was not alive.
He wasn't born.
He wasn't born, which is crazy. He wasn't born.
Yeah,
wait, how old are you?
Because you said it was in like winter. I was born in 2005, so I probably was.
Jeez.
Crap.
Yeah. So you're
2005. I was 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. Wild.
Hey.
Hey.
Wait. So how old does that make you?
19 now.
No. Oh, so you're literally the same age as the crew.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, which is wild.
Okay, so go on, Tali.
Yeah, for sure.
What was yours first? Because you're probably still in a timeline. I'm jumping to like theatre land a little bit.
Oh, yeah. So I think we covered everything. So yeah, you said about people getting in. Yeah. No, I think that was it. I'm just curious about, like what, you know, because especially with the I feel like the foundation of the Ruggeds and a lot of crews is this battle crew.
Yeah.
You know, the hip hop crew kind of feeling, which is family first, which is like you've all got to vibe and get on. But also you guys are a company and you are an enterprise and you are, you know what I mean? Like you're kind of doing official things. So it's like, I do get where things could change. And it's hard, I would imagine, it's hard to keep the boundaries of like, you know, if there's someone that would like if you've got a new show coming up and you're like, but if we just let this one person in the thing, the show would be dope. But then now you're at odds with, but that's not how the crew works, and then we can't just, if we start slapping the Ruggeds name on it, just anyone. You know what I mean?
I mean, for shows, we have some people who join the shows because if you're good enough to do it and you're a nice person, then because we also, people have their own lives, people have children and stuff. Right. So sometimes like, I'm not gonna do this tour in, I don't know, Spain or something, and then we have some swings to join, and they're not in the crew, but they're like kind of in the show squad.
Okay, got you.
And then from there, things could grow, of course. But you're not officially a rugged member.
But like rugged member is like both, like battle shows. You're just family.
I mean, some people, they don't like to do shows.
Oh, okay.
And I don't do that much battles, that many battles. But as long as if you know my mother, then, you know, like people from the show squad, they've seen my mother a few times, but they don't know what her name is.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I feel like that a lot. And that's kind of my, what's that called? Like bar of like, who do I call a friend or not? Like, because in the dance scene, there's so many people you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but what's my mum's name?
Yeah.
It's like, if you can't tell me my mum's name, we're not that close.
I don't know your mum's name.
Oh, come on.
I know your middle name.
Oh, yeah, we'll
Can we
take
do
that.
middle names? Is that okay?
Yeah, but you guys are almost like exempt. Like you've.
I mean, it's not that I don't remember it. I don't think you've ever told it to me.
I try and keep my mum a secret.
Ooh.
Okay.
She's
Another combo
She's
for another time.
criminal on the run.
Okay. Is that why you went to Paris?
Yeah. To hide. See, she's coming.
Yeah.
Fugitive.
Tell us, what was your question? Sorry.
Well, I came to know of you guys through the Breakin Convention tour in
2015.
15. I thought it was 4. Oh, we did.
Yeah.
14
Where I wasn't
first?
involved. It's fine.
Yeah, sorry. This happens all the time.
It's a touchy subject. We're not.
So I feel like I might know the answer because it has been years. But how did you go from battles to making shows? Like, what was the inspiration to do it, or were you asked to make a show and that's how it happened? Like, what's the story?
What's the story, Lorenzo?
I wasn't there.
I could improvise.
Is there a quiz before you join the crew on the history?
You would ace it though.
I know a lot of history.
Yeah.
I feel like I do pretty
This
well,
is
to
like-
be honest.
Yeah.
Ew.
You want to try? No.
What? Should I try?
We should have a little pop quiz.
Okay, let's try real quick. You have 15 seconds.
What, 15 seconds?
Name 3 rugged shows.
Oh, you can do it. You can do it.
Adrenaline between us. Stay shift.
Hey, easy,
Nice.
Let me think. So, okay, we did battles first. Then some of us did some commercial work, where we would just dance behind artists or in commercials and stuff. And then we were getting familiar with shows also, where we started, like this dancing school of the father of Jesse. They did some shows, so we were familiar with shows, and we wanted to compete in certain competitions, and it required to have a show, so like a showcasey thing.
Battle of the Year type of thing?
So battle of the year type of things, yeah. And we also did a TV show, like a Holland's Got Talent thing, which we also had to make some shows for. And then from there, some people figured out or discovered that they really like creating other stuff than just battle rounds and moves. And then we won UK Champs, where John Z and Michelle and everyone, they were there and they saw us, and then they were like, yo, do you have a theater piece? We're like, no, but we can make one. And then they just blindly trusted us because they saw us win the battle, and they were like, okay, let's give them a chance. And this kind of opened the doors for us to like this realm of theater. And
So what you made when they asked you was Adrenaline?
yeah.
Holy
Crazy.
shit.
How wild is that?
Yeah.
That's
Really?
if for people that haven't seen Adrenaline, it's really good. Like as a theater show, it's really good. And the lighting. Who can I, if you don't mind, like who did the lighting for that show?
Don't say one of you because I'll lose it.
I mean, the idea came from us, and then we found a technician who can program it. But the concept and the idea, I think, the one, like the end section, like the one who planted the seed was Nick. He was like, yo, let's do something with lighting cues. And then we were like, okay, let's just experiment with it. And then we didn't have money to really try it out. So it was just in our head and on the computer. Like we made like a black box, and then, okay, white spot. White spot, you know, like this.
Crazy.
We edited, and then we showed it to this technician. He was like, yeah, I can program it if you want. And yeah, that was the start of Adrenaline back in 2014, I think. And then we did it 2015 at Breakin Convention. Yeah, so big shout out. Our first real theater experience, and yeah, the stepping stone of where we are now, actually. Yeah. Crazy.
That's crazy because now you've gone on, like Between Us was an hour.
Yeah, so first we did Adrenaline 20 minutes for Breakin Convention. Then we extended it with John Z to an hour. Then we made Between Us, which was 1 hour and 15 minutes. And then we did Stage Shift, which was a solo and a duet, and we did Groove.
Stage Shift was the one with you and Lee?
Yeah. So Lee and myself as a duet, and then Virgil does a solo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, true.
Crazy. Song.
Yeah.
With the, I'm not going to say what
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You have to see it.
Yeah. And then, Groove. And then recently we made a new one. It's called In the End Shit's All the Same. It's with a jazz collective.
Sick.
Super nice. 4 jazz musicians and 3 dancers of us. And we just finished the tour, and now we're getting ready to make a new one. Yeah.
Damn. On it. So at what point does the Ruggeds become like a company, like start like, you know, as in not a company just as a theatre thing, but like you guys are like an established like business now. So like at what point are you like, all right, we're just kids messing around doing some shows, and then now like, oh shit, we have a manager, we have a, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, as we, like when we started, everyone was doing everything. And of course, there were some people who were doing like a lot more because they were older or already into this thing. So Nick stopped school the first.
Oh,
so
he was studying?
No, he wasn't studying. So after high school, he stopped and he was like, let's just see where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was already doing this thing for 2 years. And then we stopped with high school. Also just, okay, let's try for a year or something. And then that year is still going on, you know? Yeah. But regarding the business things, at a certain point when you're doing things from passion, like it gets all over the place and you need some structure. So we you know how it is. Yeah.
I was literally like, you're talking to me right now.
Yeah. So with structure, comes a lot of regulations and systems. And then at one point we're like, okay, we need some funding to do the things that we want to do. And then we rolled in this whole funding machine. And now we're funded for 4 years.
Let's go.
And super blessed. We have our own studio.
Yeah.
Brand new studio in Eindhoven. And we're able to do a lot of nice things because of this. Yeah. Because you know how it is in the hip hop scene. It's just people have so many good ideas and stories, but business wise, they're not that good or something.
Yeah, 100%. And professionalism.
And I feel like, especially in the breaking world, we're one of the few crews that are good at business. And it shows in all the things that we do. So in the commercial work, in the battles that we do, in the theater work.
And you know what I rate about you guys a lot? Like, I'm not super in the breaking world like that, but I'm enough adjacent to it. But like, I've never heard anybody question like your like realness for want of a better word. Like you do all the business, the commercial stuff, you're good at that, but it's not like, oh, they went and did that. It's like you're still killing people in actual battles and you're still in the ciphers. And I mean, Lorenzo just smoked everyone at Battle Bad. Like it's like you're still like killing it in the thing that you started at originally, which is great because a lot of people would just follow the money. You know?
I mean, there's still people that feel like, they're those commercial guys that do flips and stuff. There always will be people like this. But
Lorenzo? No. Say it.
Me. Yeah, there are still people, but
or they're dancing, but they're not breaking, you know?
Oh, really?
Like this. Yeah. And I get it because everyone has their own way of breaking and like their own approach to it. But for me, I still feel like we're doing so many things also because we have like a kind of a new generation who are super hungry and killing it at battles. So we try to stay relevant in every section of the things that we do. Yeah.
Just one more question on that. Is that like a conscious thing of like, you know, would it be like something that was said in a Ruggeds meeting, like, okay, guys, like, you know, we did this show, we did this, but nobody's like entered a battle in a while. Can we get some more people in the battle? Like, do you do that on purpose?
It's always a thought that we have, but I think Andy said it best. Like, if it bleeds out because we don't find the right people to join, then it just bleeds out and we're good friends for life. But like I said before, like we don't want to force something. So if it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. But we're very glad that it did happen. Yeah.
Right, fair. And Lorenzo, what was it like? You know, because how long have you been in the Ruggeds, like officially?
3. I think this is my 3rd year.
3rd year, okay. Yeah. So when you first heard about the Ruggeds, like they were already big.
Yeah, kind of. When I started breaking, of course, in the Netherlands, and the biggest crew Like the most known crew back then was Ruggeds. And I always looked up to Ruggeds because it was also really close to my home. It's like 20 minutes from my home.
Okay.
So I would always practice on Tuesdays there, do their master class, which like it rotated. Like every Rugged would give a class,
Right.
like every week. So I was already there. Then like I just had my own like kind of storyline. And then at some point, Taufik, right? Yeah, Taufik kind of like, he told me at least to like, yo, come practice again, blah, blah, blah. Because it was like kind of around COVID times. So he was like, yeah, come practice with us. Boom. So I was practicing with them again. And then we slowly like formed the connection. Then I started doing battles. I already did Battle of the Year before I was in the crew.
Yep.
And then...
Like kind of as a guest
yeah.
member.
Yeah,
Guest
like
appearance.
Yeah, like the
Like an internship. Yeah.
Oh, that was the internship. Yeah.
Probation period.
Yeah, and then at Gems and Gems, I think it was 2022 then.
It was the first Gems and Gems, right? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. There they put me in the crew.
She was there.
like,
She
oh,
was
nice,
there.
cool.
Yeah.
So they put you in the crew. Like, was it based on like you did really well at the competition, or that was the moment to say?
I think that was just the moment, but like before that was just a lot of like trying to, because like the level was there. I feel like it was more just like the connection.
Yeah.
Because I take a long time to open up to people.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Good.
yeah.
Never change.
It's a good thing in a way.
Yeah,
for
I think
sure.
it's a good thing.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
eventually
yeah.
it was like,
Because Taufik, he saw it like way before. Taufik has a very good eye for talent and he likes to coach. He's very good at coaching. And then he was like, yeah, we should just ask him already in the crew. And we're like, yo, but he never said anything to me. Like, what are you talking about? And then slowly, like he started to say hello and stuff, like, how are you doing? And then we getting a response back because this also took some time. But yeah, in the end, it was like, yeah, he's practicing so much. He improved a lot. He performs good at battles. And we saw he was a good kid for sure, but we just didn't know him that well.
yeah.
And then at one point, we're like, oh, this guy's funny dude, actually, pretty crazy. And then we're like, yeah, let's just make it official at the festival.
And then also since I joined, everything got so much like, it was like a push. Like then it went really way faster with like
Then it went left.
then no,
He went from the most silent person from the crew to the most
Loudest.
out there
Yeah, but
one.
that's-
Yeah.
because of you guys.
Aw.
The most out there one of the
Corrupt.
Ruggeds. That's a
Like when we're
Yeah,
in a,
that's-
that's a big statement.
no, because when we're in a room, you're gonna hear his voice.
No
all
way.
the
Or
time.
Shin.
Yeah, or Shin. Yeah. So the
I
new
thought
guys.
you said horse shit. I was like, whoa.
Horseshit, buddy.
Horseshit.
Or Shin. Shin.
Fair.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But was there an element of it when you first like were around them that you're like, because if you're coming in like, I imagine you guys meeting each other, you're like, oh, that's just another dude. Yeah, what's up, man? But you're coming in going, oh, this is the Ruggeds. So like, are you a bit like, I mean, you said you're naturally a bit longer to open up, but was it an added layer of like, oh, these are the guys, like I want to be in their crew, like
Not really like on like like connection wise, but
Yeah.
at practice, of course, I think everybody who practices at Ruggeds always like has the same kind of feeling that is very intimidating. Like for example, if like the crew is just ciphering, it's just a lot of like very individual styles, like very like refined. So it's like, am I gonna try to do my stuff now and like look like like the wackest guy here, or am I gonna wait and just observe, which I did for a long time.
Yeah.
and then it's like these guys are probably thinking, oh, why aren't you confident to go in? But you're like,
Yeah.
right. And is there a thing with break? Because I guess like if I'm thinking of myself in that situation, I feel like with top styles, it's more of a thing like I might be in a cypher of like some of the best poppers or some of the best hip hop dancers or whatever, but I can kind of comfort myself of like, but I have different ideas, or like even if I'm not as good level wise, like my ideas are better. But in breaking, as much as there is an ideas element, there's also like just a pure I can do stuff you can't do element. So when you're young, it's like, even if you think I've got these cool different ideas, there's also a thing of like, yeah, but I can't do what Lee's doing. You know what I mean? So like,
Nobody can do what Lee's doing.
oh yeah, that's also true.
Yeah.
But does that like kind of add to the intimidation factor of like, I'm just not, like I can clearly see that they're further progressed than me.
Yeah, for sure. But also like it's only a problem for the people that are like trying to get into the cipher. Like for example, for the crew itself, they
Sure.
don't care about you.
Yeah.
Like they.
He make it sound like we're the most horrible
That's
people.
the real.
no.
That's,
I mean-
that's the. That's
Don't
the
make
little
this a
reel for
soundbite.
Instagram.
And Roy's reaction.
No, that's not what I mean.
We're the
That's not what
nicest
I mean.
guys, man.
Yeah, but that
Shit.
no, but
I know what you're
they
saying,
don't
though.
care that you're whack. That's what I wanted to say. They don't care that you're whack. Like,
Yeah.
they would actually see those ideas. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit, he's like,
Okay, nice. Saved it. Thank you. No, he's right though.
Yeah.
I want to see, like, for example, his brother, his younger brother. He has so many good ideas, and I want to see them and maybe give some tips, like maybe you should go
Yeah.
there or whatever. But if he doesn't do it, then I see him just in the corner, like trying to grab something. I'm like, yeah, yo, do it here.
Yeah.
Everybody likes your stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But now he's killing it.
But I think
Yeah.
everybody's felt like that at some point, like where it's like you're intimidated because you're like, even though you know the people are nice and you know logically they're gonna be kind to me, but it's still also a thing of like, but what if they're not? Like you do have to put, because also like imagine there's 10 of you there. You're all ruggeds for a long time. You all know each other, so
Yeah.
you know
Yeah,
for
yeah,
10
yeah.
years you've shown them new stuff and they haven't laughed at you. It's his first time showing new stuff. Like
Yeah.
It's the same as going to a lunch table and there's a group of friends.
Yeah.
Everybody's 30 or plus, you know.
yeah, that's
And then,
also,
and then they're friends for 20 plus years, and then you're just like, what you're gonna say?
Yeah.
All these inside jokes and stuff, and then you're like, my name's Lorenzo, and then everyone's like,
exactly.
okay.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
yeah, this is also a thing, and yeah, it's okay.
but it's a good test.
It's okay. Yeah.
It's a good test.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
You passed.
Yeah. It's better to have it this way than someone shouting
Yeah.
and being annoying, because this.
Yeah,
Then I'm like, yo, there's the door, man. Yeah, yeah.
damn, that's me. No, I'm joking. Hey, Tally, don't agree.
On a certain day,
It was a joke.
is it though?
Yeah.
you'll see.
Lorenzo, I was going to ask you, like, what do you feel like kind of morals or like outlook as a breaker that like you get from the Ruggeds? Like, what kind of thing have they like instilled in you?
I think like, well, it's not that they like put me onto like a whole new idea of like what I am, but it's more like they add on to it. And I think the main, like breaking wise, the main thing is like with the Ruggeds, it's like, of course, we're like a breaking crew. We'll smoke anybody.
Yeah,
That's the clip.
Speak on it.
But like,
And then he's like,
it's
"Leave,
also.
leave."
Nah, what?
Resume.
But it's also like way more than breaking. I think that's the main thing in Ruggeds. Like it's breaking, but it's still just breaking. You know, like
That's the
even
thing.
in breaking itself, we don't need to do this top rock to the 6-step and to the CC and then this freeze. Like you can make it a little bit your own stuff. You know, like for example, Roy. I haven't seen him do like a actual breaking moves in his round ever. Like,
Jawel, jongen. Wat zeg jij, kill?
but that's dope. Cause like, yeah, that just like it makes it more art, and that's what I like more about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real. Because you're, I feel like you're.
When did I join the
When
street,
did you
the
join,
fan club?
When did you join the Ruggeds? No, because you obviously you saw them on the tour with Adrenaline when you were doing Vice, right?
Yeah.
You guys toured
Or
together?
here, and then
Yeah,
I
the
feel
UK.
like, did you do it here in 2015 and then go straight onto the tour? Or did you do it the year
We did
before?
it. Yeah, we did 14 and 15, and 15 was the one
The
that
tour.
was the tour. Yeah.
Yeah, so I saw it here,
Mm.
and then when we all went off, and
Because you saw them there, but then you also, when did you go to Jams and Gems? That was later.
the first one, 22.
Okay, 22. So what was your like? Because I'm interested, like especially because I think I knew Neek first, like from back in there. Like he was one of the. I told him this when we were in Paris, but like he was one of there was like. You come into the scene like I was 17, 18 when I first came, and it's like, right, who's who in the
Yeah,
scene, and I'm
yeah.
looking at like Salah is someone, blah, blah. Like B-Boy Just Do It was like one of the, they're like, oh yeah, he's one of the like dopest B-Boys, and he's one of the dopest poppers, and he's one of the dopest lockers or whatever, P-Lock. Like, so for me, I always had this thing of like, oh, and then I found out about his crew, and I was like, oh, okay, sick. And then I found out you guys were all dope. But what was your like impression of them, or like seeing them? Because you're coming at it more from a theatrical angle, seeing them.
Yeah, well, Adrenaline was just a surprise, and because that's the first thing I'd seen of the crew full stop, was like, well, that's sick. And then when like, okay, yeah, close the show, of course. Who else? And then when Johnsy and Michelle said that they were coming on tour when we were still doing Vice, it's like, great, that's going to be a fun time. And that was the beginning of me being in the Ruggeds fan club, basically. Because I think the US one, I think I was still the only girl. I'm not sure Rian and Fee had jumped on yet.
With which one? Because I was only there for Toronto and Denver.
Do you remember, was I the only?
No.
Oh, Rian was there. Yeah, Rian was there already. But I just liked them as people. But we did that thing that companies do where you kind of bond at the last possible moment.
Always.
Yeah, so you like sit apart in reception when you're waiting to go places, or just like, hi. Yeah, hi. And then last night have a great time, then like, okay, bye. Then I guess. But I went to Holland a lot, as you know, just like, do I want to live there, whatever. And whenever they'd be here, I'd find myself wherever the hell they were. And I think I've seen every show. Even that hour-long Adrenaline, I was like, I think I was in Eindhoven for that.
No, we saw it. We went to some town. Do you remember me, you and Robia went? And we watched it in the theatre, and Johnsy and Michelle were there.
Canterbury. Oh, that was the hour-long one.
That was because he was swinging with the lights and all that.
That's where Senorita was born. Inside joke, don't worry about it. But I think there was also, like, I remember being in a meeting in Eindhoven.
Oh, really?
Which, do you remember?
Tell the story.
It's really
how is this coming up? Andy's gonna love this part.
And I can't believe Andy's here. We're about to have the best time. So basically, like,
the shows. Meeting?
I'm so glad. I feel like Roy needed. He wasn't the only well-minded person in the meeting, I'm sure, but I was glad to be a witness to this.
Okay,
because it was just mad.
The anticipation for this story right now.
I couldn't even give you all the details, honestly. I'm sure Roy could.
No, we're not gonna do it.
No, I didn't mean now.
But wait, give us the back.
It was a meeting with the local theater.
Okay.
We can't do it, man.
No, you're fine. We can't. Save it.
Oh, it was just bad.
No, it was very good. But it was so funny. Okay, the bottom line is, it was 10 of us trying to hold our laughs in, and
sell themselves.
Yeah. At the same time, because something happened during the meeting and we were laughing so hard, but we couldn't do it because it was in the with the director and stuff. And then
someone farted.
No. But it was so, like, I never laughed so hard, but didn't
inside
laugh in my life.
That's the best laughs, is when you have to hold it in.
And I couldn't make eye contact, and I know that everyone was like, "Don't make eye contact, don't look." So it's 10 guys looking there, everywhere, but at the guy who's talking.
And Tali, you're there as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't even tell you why.
Oh.
I don't. Johnsy and Michelle were there.
Yeah.
So, and I think I was just with Michelle, maybe, but like, I had no purpose there.
Yeah.
Other than like my voice was not needed in that room. I didn't speak. I was just there.
No, I'm just here too.
I'm just here. But I will say, like, everything that the Ruggeds have done outside of liking them as people, like, is honestly so top tier.
Yeah.
And the entry point being like the work and the creativity and like the shows bringing us on tour together. But I can't really think of, like, more specifically Roy, and then I guess Lee now as well, just friendship outside of the crew. But it has been like 10 years, and that is wild.
That is wild, yeah.
Every year, once or twice, we're in the same place, and that I've, like, Adrenaline being the first piece of theatre that they made, and being close enough to Roy to, like, know how that's all gone as they've built that out. Like, it's so impressive. Like, I joke about being on the street team and in the fan club, but, like, especially us being in Bird Gang at the time, and, like, my journey with that and how they were doing things while I was hearing how they were delegating amongst each other, like, the different roles, and then don't think funding was a thing then, but just how swiftly they were turning around pieces.
Yeah.
And obviously Dutch scene and British scene with funding and stuff is different, but how many spaces they had access to train versus, you know, how it works here, completely different. So I was just always really interested, and again, just like super impressed with how they rode it out.
Yeah, for real.
So
Thank you, so kind.
So
No,
fine.
but it's
we can
crazy.
be mean to each other for the rest of the
Yeah,
trip
for the rest
now.
of it.
Yeah, I
That's
just
the
wanted to
nice.
say, okay, this is
Sometimes.
enough positive stuff.
Yeah, that's all
Let's
feels
talk
weird
about-
now.
Let's bring on
Let's
the
talk about
bullshit.
the,
You know,
the flip
though.
side of the ruggeds.
Yeah. But that is crazy that it's like, 2015 was when we did that BC like tour dates with you guys. And it's like 10 years now. That's insane to me because it feels like not that long ago. And it's, anyway, that was good. Tali, do you remember when we went bowling? Was it
I
Denver
remember.
or Toronto?
I remember.
Tali still hates me because of that.
I don't
that
hate
night.
you for it. I don't.
But you
hate
don't love me for it.
I don't love you for it. I just don't need. Just like shut up, innit? Just like bowl.
George, you know about
just
this.
bowl. We'll go. Maybe we should all go. So the smack talking was just too.
Because it was like
much.
Bird were on one
For
side
me.
and Ruggeds were on the other. And we were
I don't
drinking.
think that's true.
Yeah,
It was
that
a mishmash of.
Oh, was it a mismatch?
Yeah.
Oh,
We
we were
mixed.
just shit talking for the sake of it.
Yeah, to the other team.
Oh, right.
But you were just yapping.
Yeah, like Quayle,
and
me,
it was getting
Yeah.
on my
Nick.
Yeah.
nerves.
She was so pissed.
Yeah.
But then I remember Crayley and someone else were just getting on my nerves. And anyway, like, and there were like people that weren't with us that were amongst it. And yeah,
was just a lot
there
happening.
were a few annoying things. Then as I got more intoxicated, my you know,
Your patience
my
got whipped.
patience wears thin. It
that was
either
funny.
grows exponentially and I love all things, or I've got no time for it.
I just remember
And
like
it's on
turning
a knife
around.
edge.
I was
It's
like
on a
talking
knife
shit to
edge.
someone and then I turn around, I just see Tali like, no, don't.
Seething, just seething.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always a good time. And then we'll jump to Jams and Gems eventually. But yeah, me and Nicey went to the first one, and then ever since we're like, and you guys should come. You guys should
Yeah.
come too,
Appreciate
because
it.
it's just
Yeah.
sick.
So yeah, go on. What's your experience with Jams and Gems? And also for you guys, like going from battle crew to performance crew to now running your own festival is crazy.
Yeah.
When like wait,
Yeah.
because end of
Yeah,
pod,
it is.
it is crazy. Because World Breaking Classic started when?
Damn.
Pop quiz.
A while.
Oh man. The first one, did you see it with
I did not
Fur
see
and
it.
Nagin?
Shall I
No?
Google it?
Rotterdam.
What a damn.
Damn.
I'll Google it. But so Jams and Gems popped up around.
Oh, that was the first one?
That was the first one.
Then it's 2008.
There we go. Damn.
Pokédex. Yeah. 2008.
Mm.
Damn, dog.
That's,
Okay. Yeah.
So it was like
Or 9.
Oh,
9.
It's
It's
nine.
9. It's 9. It's 9.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
is that a Ruggeds event, or is that a Nick event? Like, how does that
It
work?
was the original founders are Tyrone, Mario, Jort, Paul, and Nick. They were a 45 Live organization, and they wanted to make like the most iconic 2-on-2, and then they did.
yeah.
And then at one point, I think a few people left because they had other things to do. Also amazing things, by the way. But now it's been Nick and Paul for a while. And this year we were like, because everyone's always helping around. Like I did artist handling a few times, and Andy does the merchandise stand, whatever. But this year we were like, okay, since it's our anniversary, let's do something with World Breaking Classic. So now everyone's involved with everything, which is
Nice.
super nice. And in the end, it's still like Nick and Paul calling the shots, but everyone's involved, thinking with everyone. And that's why we decided to make it a crew battle for the first time
Sick.
and the last time. So if you want to win World Breaking Classic crew battle, come join us, please. And
Tali, let's do it.
Yeah, me and the girls were talking about it.
Join,
Yeah.
enter in. I would love if you did, and just did like the most Tali like moves
me,
ever.
Rovia, Nicey, and Lara. Are you
Oh
joking?
please, that would be so
Um,
funny.
You don't want. No one wants that.
I want it.
we
I'll pay
want-
you to do it.
Yeah, I think.
No.
We should be in the booth talking shit about them.
Yeah, and breaking down their prelim.
Our moves, our
Yeah.
prelim.
Definitely not getting through.
Yeah, basically. It's like, lovely of them
Terrible
to take
performance.
part.
Looking exhausted, and this is their
isn't
first round
breaking.
of the day.
No, they were at
this is breaking.
They were last out of the rave. Yeah, basically.
So Jams and Gems is like popped up around World Breaking Classic. Is that kind of how it worked? Like to
no.
support? No, okay.
No. So Gems and Gems is a thing on its own.
Uh-huh.
But then World Breaking Classic got how do you
Assimilated?
say?
Yeah, incorporated, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was separately at first. Like Tels, when you first went, it was.
No, it was already. there.
it was already. Okay, okay.
This is in
Yeah.
the same weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't intentionally like. At
No,
the
it was.
beginning. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'm getting everything wrong.
Yeah, no, it was. But that was just because we wanted to have a festival, like to create like a platform for upcoming artists and already established artists to be on the same stage and stuff. And then it was music, art, dance, and because of this, the dancing part, like we have an all-star battle on the block, and then World Breaking Classic is also part of it. Yeah.
All style battle.
No, just
All
breaking.
star battle.
Yeah, so we have an all-star battle
Oh.
and World Breaking Classic.
Got you. Okay, sick.
That's like the dancing part of the festival.
And then the other half is the performances.
Performances, DJs, art installations, food,
Sick.
Great
vendors. Yeah.
And can we? I mean, I can cut this part if not, but can we say that we're going to be there?
Yeah, you can,
Oh.
of course. Yeah.
Because we're going to be there.
Yeah. We're so happy that you're there. Yeah.
Me and Tali are going.
Yeah.
We're going to do a official. I mean, we'll put out an
It's
announcement.
going to be chaos.
Yes, it is going to be chaos.
But it's going to be nice though.
We're doing there'll be some capsule collaboration stuff happening. We're going to be doing all sorts. I'm going to give Tali a microphone and an alcohol
Let me
drink
run.
and then record it. It's going to be insane.
Where are you?
Hey!
Can we tell that story?
You can.
Oh, please. That's one of my favorite stories that has ever been storied.
So, also I realised the tables turned this weekend
Go on.
because Where Were You was born in Luxembourg, where the Ruggeds had performed and weren't performing the next day.
And we were.
We were.
Yep.
So Neek specifically. Was Andy there?
I think so. Yeah.
Those two, I remember being in a big like warehouse. God knows what that party was. I don't even know
remember,
why
yeah.
we were there. The shots just kept on coming. And obviously the Ruggeds were drinking too because they didn't have a show. But Roy just disappeared. He disappeared.
Yeah.
And I was keen to know where Roy had gone. I also
I was
slipped.
lost. I was so lost.
I also fell in the toilet, but was so drunk that I just bounced back up and then woke up with just like a purple face.
You hit your face?
Yes. Like smacked on the seat, bounced back up, back to the party. And then the next day I woke up and I was like,
Oh my God.
And I had to do freestyle funk for him.
Yes,
so everyone
you
else
did.
got to nap.
Yeah.
I cried. I think I cried. I think I cried in the afternoon because we went to eat and you guys were like, yeah, I'm going back to sleep. And I was just like,
Oh, that's hilarious.
but just a leak, not a sob. And then, sorry, back to the thing.
Yeah.
We get a cab back to the hotel.
So this is like after party. Roy's disappeared. You guys kind of give up on
we
where
give
he's
up.
gone.
He'll be somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, why am I seem to be the person that cares most about this.
Nobody else is
His boys
concerned.
don't even care. So I'm just
they
going to.
know. They know I'm safe. Probably.
I don't think they knew that.
Well, let's get to
But
the end of the story
light-
before you
lights,
say that.
lights up in the club. I remember the lights coming on and
Okay.
me still just because that's where we were in 2017 apparently or whatever year. Get a cab back to the hotel and there's another cab like ahead and Roy's just like slumped in the front seat of this cab and Joe Hunt. Love you, Joe Hunt.
Shout
It's
out
been
to Joe.
such a
Yeah,
long
yeah.
time. It's been, that's Roy.
Yeah.
I went storming over. We'd only done the US tour by this point. So we'd maybe spent a total of like 4 or 5 days in the same country. I'm not even like in the same company. I thought it was okay to march up to this taxi, open the door, and just like jab him in his head. Where were you?
Like, give me a proper
And like,
scolding, you know? Like, What?
Like, wait, remind me of your
And
name.
weren't you? Was he awake at this point?
Barely.
Barely, yeah. The thing, what happened is I was going outside because it was too hot. It's like I need to calm down and be more cool. And then I was like, no, I'm not going to make it back inside. Let me get a cab. So then I took the cab. I said, this is the hotel. The guy took me to the wrong hotel. It's probably my fault.
Perhaps.
But wrong side of the city. And I'm like, this is not my hotel, man. And then I tried to pay with my card. My card didn't work. Then we went to the other hotel. I was like, yes, this is it. But then I still couldn't pay. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do now? Let me just stall a bit.
Oh, did Joe pay?
And then I saw you, and then Joe paid. Yeah. Shout out.
So he's in the middle of this awkward conversation of like, I can't pay, and the door just opens.
But I think everyone, the rest of the Vice lot, like witnessed this.
Yeah.
So it just became
A thing.
a thing.
Yeah.
Along
Amazing.
with Things Need to Change.
Things Need to Change was hilarious. Yeah. God, we have so many jokes from that tour.
Like, honestly, some of the best times of my
Yeah, they were
life,
really
It
good.
was
work
so good.
life, and like it was just
Yeah,
a
yeah.
really fun time.
Yeah.
No regrets.
No regrets.
I'd do it again.
Yeah.
Sick. And Lorenzo, I just want to ask you a few more questions because it's actually our first time like meeting or talking. So I'm very like, not that I'm not interested in talking to you.
Okay.
Baseball.
I know. Wat zeg je allemaal?
What?
Klap gewoon die andere oog ook dicht. Hè?
Oh, translators. I'm going to put the subtitles on screen, but I'll make it up what he said.
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
Ooh, this is all right. If one of you gets kicked out, I'm taking your place. So what's your like experience like coming into the breaking scene now? Because you're like relatively fresh into the scene. It hasn't been like that long.
Do you feel fresh? You don't feel
Don't
so
feel fresh?
I
do
don't
you?
feel fresh at all.
But how
I
many
feel
years
fresh
have
in
you
my
been
dance,
competing?
but not fresh in the scene.
Hey,
Love
how many
this.
like years have you been competing?
12.
Holy
What?
shit! What?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and screw what I said. 12 years. So you've been competing since you were young.
He was young. Yeah.
I was 7 when I started.
Crazy.
Then at 10
Jesus
I
Christ.
won the Dutch B-Boy Championships. And then from there I started traveling.
Damn, me being like, oh yeah, you're 19. Like you've probably been in the scene like 2 years. That's
He's
crazy.
been forever, yeah.
So you've been, not only have you been in the scene forever, you've been good for a while.
Yeah. Very good, but not talking a lot.
Yeah,
But he was
facts.
very good. Yeah.
You let the dance speak.
Fair.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw you at, like, I'm trying to think where I'd seen you before because I'd definitely seen you somewhere. I just can't remember where it was, but I was at Battle Bad this year.
Yeah.
Killed it. And then, like, I think I didn't remember that you were in the Ruggeds or I didn't know. And someone said, oh, yeah, he's in the Ruggeds. I was like, that makes sense. Like, I feel like this is also a good thing of you guys. Like, because you know what, this is such a like non-b-boy thing to notice, but like the first thing I noticed was like that you dress sick when you're battling, because like a lot of dancers don't dress sick when they're battling.
Facts.
Yeah, it's like you're on a big stage looking like shit. But
Okay.
I was like, no, I mean, anyway, that's a whole other conversation. But I was like, yeah, this guy looks sick. And then also like style wise as well. Again, I'm not an expert breaker at all, but I like style wise, I was like, it looks fresh and different. So then when someone said, oh yeah, he's in the Ruggeds, I was like, yeah, of course he is. Like that kind of is like your calling card of like,
That's perfect.
yeah,
That means
it's working. But so how do you, how are you finding the scene? How do you find like, because also, yeah, as much as maybe you have been around for longer, you're still, and now obviously you've been in the Ruggeds for a while and you've kind of got used to the guys, but you're still around killers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so how does that feel like being in the crew? Do you still feel that intimidation or not at all? Or what's it like, you know, training, competing with them?
with Ruggeds, no, I don't feel any intimidation from them. But
I need some zooms on Roy's face.
but no, it's like it's just a family.
Yeah.
Like just practice with them. I can do whatever. I can do the worst stuff I've ever done. Doesn't matter.
Sick.
So yeah, I'm comfortable, and yeah, in the scene wise, it's the same. Yeah.
Fair.
Cool. So yeah, tell me more about like now we're 20 years.
Yeah.
What's the future looking like for Ruggeds?
Damn.
What's like? I mean, if there's any concrete plans you can talk about, or
we're just keep making stuff, I guess.
you got the new show.
Yeah. So we have new shows coming up. The festival is getting more and more of our focus, and basically just like when we talk about the crew and about the future, we're always like, okay, we're just gonna make dope stuff together forever and be like brothers forever. And then if it means that in 10 years we're making music videos or an album or a movie or something else creative, then it's okay. Like even if we don't dance anymore, we're still doing dope stuff. But for now, I think it's people want to battle. We're still making theater. The festival is doing nice things, and try to make kind of in Eindhoven. We're trying to be like a community of communities. So to give people like an opportunity, like we had when we were young, because we were thinking like, okay, we were like 15 or 16. When we tried to find some spaces, and our city was very open to it. And now it's a bit difficult. And we were imagining like if you're us now, then you don't have the opportunity. So we want to give the opportunity. Yeah. So that's nice. I think having a crew that's like different generations, that some people are still learning, some people are earning, and some people are already giving back. So it's very nice to
love that.
Yeah.
You like that one? You like that one? Bars.
Learning, earning, giving back. Which you know.
Yeah. So that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can keep doing this until it bleeds out or it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter as long as it's genuine and stays around the essence, I would guess.
Yeah.
And can you three, because Tali, you know also more about the Dutch scene than I do.
Do I?
But like, can you guys, well, I mean, you spent more time there and
Fair.
you know kind of the what's in the water a little bit. But like, why are all of you so fucking good? That's my question.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No,
We've spoken about this before. Like, why
is everyone good looking?
so hot?
Yeah, that's also a thing.
I saw this clip.
You saw the
Did
clip?
you?
Yeah. He was pissed that you weren't. Sorry, we didn't single you out in that one, did we? But also, you were probably really young at the time.
Yeah.
This was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been
It's still a
inappropriate.
bit-
We'll do it again.
bit-
It's fine.
We'll objectify.
But why
you,
are they
don't
so
worry.
good?
I was gonna say why they're so good, but also everyone that I've ever seen in any within the borders, everyone is good looking. So that's just crazy. But also, like, do you have ugly people, and where do you hide them? Is the first question. But second of all, and more importantly, it's like,
In the smaller racist towns.
yeah, fair.
She's right.
Fair.
Yeah. And in our basement, but we don't talk about it.
No.
They're too ugly. Get them. But like, what is it that makes the scene what it is? Like, can you tell me a bit about like how it is set up? Like, for example, I think what makes London so special is like our duality with like, we have the European battle like influence, and we're part of that scene, and we have a lot of it. You know, that's why we have such good freestylers, I think. But we have the commercial industry that rivals the States, because it's like we have our own entertainment industry, and there's not, even though Paris is like, you know, especially for some styles, is like the top tier for freestyle, they don't have the commercial industry or the choreographers that we have. So it's like, for example, like you get a crew like Prototype, like Brooke and those guys, and it's like, regardless of their individual skills, it's like routines wise, it's like you can't beat freestylers that are good and have like the understanding of choreography, you know, this type of thing. So I think that's our unique skill set, or our unique entry point, is like we have this perfect match. But like in the Netherlands, from what I see, it's like there's so much talent and there's so many good people across all these styles. Like, is it a thing of like how they treat the arts on a governmental level? Like, what's your kind of perception of that?
I think it really helps, like the structure we have in the Netherlands, but also since we're such a small country, like the rivalry is pretty big. Yeah, and especially when we started, then we were still in that era of everybody wants to try to be unique and their own dancer instead of just winning stuff. So when you see other crews on almost a weekly base, because there were a lot of battles, you see everyone making such leaps in their own style and in their level, that makes you want to practice even harder. And because we had so many crews, Extraordinary Gentlemen, Hustle Kids, ADHD, with so many good crews that we saw every week, we really had to practice hard. Like, especially the Dutch championships, this was like, okay, we want to win this thing. we need to practice because we keep losing. We need to fucking win this thing for once, you know. And this goes with every sport because, the Netherlands are good in a lot of sports, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, and regarding the government, they have like a good supportive system for artists, but you need to be organized.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like to get the funding and
yeah. And because I think the younger generation now, they see us and other companies that are established, and they're like, okay, so it is possible. So then
for sure.
like we had to go like this to get somewhere, but they know, we can go here, and then we're there, you know. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
They have a bit of a blueprint.
Yeah. So the blueprint is there, and I don't know. People are just good. I think because we have so many cultures. I mean, the same goes for London, of course, but it's a small country with so many cultures. Like how they ended up there is not the nicest way, but we're there.
Yeah,
and
it's not as loud as a place either, is it? So like the good can be heard and like rise to the top, whereas I feel like here
he's drowned out by the
so
noise.
loud, it's so saturated.
Yeah.
And it seems like the good, and obviously I don't have all like the backstory and stuff. I'm sure there are some less good people that are successful, but you kind of need to have all the skills and the talent and you will succeed as far as the Dutch artists go. So it seems, whereas here it's like you can have one of the 3 things you might need to succeed and somehow you'll still...
Or you could have all 3 and fail. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, it's one of those things of like a crazy city.
And that access to funding is it's just so oversaturated. It's
I think like,
ridiculous.
you know, in France they have, I know...
like an allowance kind of...
Well, that, but also I know like this was a while ago that I had this conversation, but I know like a lot of the local councils and stuff help out with, I think they were talking about it at Battle Bad when we were there, but like a lot of the local councils like help out. Like if they know you're doing a battle, they'll either give you can apply, I guess, and they give you the space for free, or like at Battle Bad, the mayor of, or I don't know what they call it, but like the guy who's in charge of Sarcelles, like he came and they were like clapping and they were like, oh, he's made this possible and whatever. And it's like there's really like a, you know, government level like support for battles, which I feel like here people would be like, battles, what are you talking about? Like especially also because we have the commercial industry that drowns, like they'd probably support you know, bigger things. But again, also what Tali said, they have this allowance where I'm probably getting this wrong, my French people are gonna cuss me, but it's like if you're a freelance artist, do you know about this thing? Like if you work 8 months of the year, then you pay like an extra tax or something, and then they pay you a salary to take 4 months off. Is that pretty much what it is?
Yeah, kind of. I think you have different types of like regulations that you have there, but I know one is that if you can show on paper that you have X amount of shows professionally paid, then you're regarded as an artist, and then you have this kind of allowance that like kind of gets you through the year basically.
Right.
Yeah.
So like they don't have to rely on like working in a coffee shop or this type of shit.
Yeah. They can,
For me, I think that's a lot of the reason why Paris's freestyle scene is so strong, because I think it's like you have this allowance to support people. If you're in a theatre show and you're doing, you know, these shows throughout the year, and in between you don't have to do other things. It's like you can afford to just sit in a studio and work on your hits and become the world's best popper. It's like it's hard to get good. That's why, you know, I rate a lot of the London freestylers, because it's like if you're a breaker or something, it's like either you're Sunny and Karam where you're getting, you know, you get so good so quick that you get put on, or you're just like trying to beat Sunny and Karam while working in a coffee shop. Do you know what I mean? Like
it's hard. It's so hard.
It's really difficult
because they're there, you know.
Yeah.
Like how are you gonna beat Sunny if you're from Britain? Right? Yeah, you can't.
Beat Karam.
maybe. Yeah.
But yeah, no, for real. But so the other question I have with the Netherlands is, I like I said, seeing Lorenzo, I was like, okay, he has like a fresh style and it kind of makes sense. And I feel like that about a lot of you guys. Like even the way you guys dress, like when you see Lee on stage in like Nike Shocks and stuff, it's like there's like such a emphasis on like looking fresh in the way you dress, as well as the movement. It looks fresh as well as it being good. But like, is there a thing that's like, are you guys somewhat representative of a style that is present in the Netherlands? Like, is there a Netherlands way to break? Or is it just like people just develop their own style?
Yeah, I think it was because everyone just want to be like their own unique dancer and like be different. I think that's the key word. Everybody tried to be different and show their approach to the dance. That also translates to the way you dress and the way you act. And I think everybody's different in the Netherlands. If you look at other crews, also they're so good and they look way different.
Yeah.
And
Like, do you have examples?
I mean, if you look at like Menno, for example, the way he dresses really fits his style because he needs a way of dressing for certain moves and stuff.
Yeah.
And like we have this kind of thing. If you're shown as a silhouette, you still need to see who it is in an instant. And with
sure, I've
Menno,
said
you
that
have
on
it.
the
With
pod.
Sky Chief, you have it.
Yeah.
With everyone from the crew, you see straight, this is this guy. And if you don't have this, then you're just one of the many.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what are you doing? You know?
Bars.
Yeah.
Very true. Do you have a lot of contact with like the other style? Like, what's it like in terms of like different styles? Are they very separate? Is everyone kind of together?
It's pretty together, but it's only for those, especially for breakers. Like we like other styles, so because we show this and show up at certain jams and practice other styles that they see, oh, they like it.
Right.
But otherwise, b-boys are always like a thing outside. I mean, it feels like this.
Yeah.
Because you have, with the top styles, everyone can find certain things that they share, but breaking is different. Yeah.
It's kind of true.
Yeah. But because we're breaking and we like house dance, we like
Yeah.
popping, we like hip hop, that you see like, okay, the connection is more there. Also, for example, Shin Shen from our crew, he's in another crew, Pigeons.
Oh yeah, and
And Pigeons has everything also. So then
Yeah.
fair. Because I feel like with breaking, it is a little bit like it's. I feel like to a certain extent, if you're a popper or whatever, you can kind of get house hip hop. Like I think breaking takes a little bit longer to understand what it is, so it's harder to maybe relate.
Yeah, and
know
to
what I mean?
judge
And to judge.
at an all-star battle, like b-boys, nobody understands the difficulty that someone's doing. They can only see musicality. So if you're a b-boy who isn't that on the music but have crazy level, you're never gonna win an all-star battle.
Yeah.
True.
But if you're a popper with perfect technique and you're not hitting everything, but your technique is so good, you can still win. You know, because people understand what you're doing. And b-boys, they try to make moves that nobody understands.
Yeah, that's
Interesting.
The whole goal.
Yeah,
What you can say?
That's the whole goal, actually.
yeah. I mean, for us,
Yeah.
a lot of b-boys and b-girls, they like to do the foundation and be creative with the foundation and do their own stuff within that box, kind of. But we like to create moves that don't have a name. So that's also a thing that's why people are like, yeah, but this isn't breaking, or this round goes to this person because he does breaking more like from the essence instead of doing things that I can't judge. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So Lorenzo, when you're creating moves, like you said, it's like moves that nobody understands. It's like, how do we even start with that? Because my initial thought would be like, for breakers, they start with a move that's a move, and then they go, how can I play with that? But are you starting from existing moves, or are you just going, all right, I'm just going to go upside down and see what happens?
So actually, like at like a few years ago, I would say, I was like using the foundation more as like a way into like creating like variations more. Like
Sure,
it's not really a own move, but it's more of a variation. But now I do try to like do movements that's like really not from any breaking move. So I just start by like just go upside down, boom. Just try to do anything, and then I'll watch it back on my phone and see if it's dope. If it's dope, I'll do it. If it's not dope, I won't do it. But yeah, I think for me, the main thing is more about movement, not per se breaking itself.
Right.
And then I'll always put it in a breaking package though.
Yeah.
Because when you see me breaking, like, for example, in Ruggeds, it's still like, oh, Lorenzo, yeah. So, okay, we have to send a really, like, breaking guy, and he's going to do foundation breaking. Lorenzo,
Yeah.
So it's like I still bring it in that package, but I try to do moves that's like I put it in. I had to fill in like some like questions for BC1 Last Chance Cipher because I'm gonna be there, Tokyo.
Gee.
I had to fill in some questions, and then one of the questions was like, "What's your goal on the stage?" And I said something along the lines that I want to do my stuff and leave the people confused after my rounds.
Interesting. So like confused in the sense of like, yeah, in the sense of what? Like, yeah,
Like that. Just like that.
you're already doing it. No, but like, as in, are you talking about like, how did he link those two things, or how did that get to there, or what's the like, what is the feeling from? Because I'll say why I want you to explain that is like, I think a lot of people when they watch battles, breaking battles, they don't get what's going on sometimes, right? And they don't understand why it's good. And the more I've learned about breaking, I feel a little bit more clued in. So like if somebody goes one way then goes the other, I'm going, oh, I know that's something for them, because it's hard to go one way, it's hard to go back. Just, you know what I mean? Like he span this way, then he goes up and spins the other way. I'm like, cool, I can recognize the direction change is impressive. Or, you know, if it's like somebody goes from one position to the other, but like they do it in a way that's like thready, and I'm like, oh cool, this transition is what's cool about the breaking. I have no idea how hard it is to hold the freeze, but I can recognize a creative way to get into the freeze. Does that make sense? So it's like I think people feeling confused, if I'm talking from the not breaking perspective, if they're confused, they might feel, oh, I don't get it, so I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I can't engage with this because I don't get it. So what is it that you want them to like, how can we like celebrate the confused feeling? You know what I mean?
Actually, for me, it's just, I want to do stuff that leave them like, kind of like, whoa, like, what did he just do?
Right.
What happened? But I still want to have it, like, let it have an impact that's like, but that was crazy though. So actually, he might have to win that one.
Right. So it just looks cool.
Yeah,
the
in the
end
end,
of the day.
all my breaking stuff is always about if it looks cool, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
If it doesn't look cool, then throw it out.
Throw it out. Yeah. And are you thinking in the sense of like, when you're saying stuff that looks cool to you, is that like, okay, it looks cool because it like was unexpected, it came out of nowhere? Is it because it was like a, let's say, a direction change that you didn't think was possible in that thing? Is it like, you know, a stop that you didn't see coming, or what is it that you're looking at going, oh, I need to add this, or I need to build this into my move, or how can you make stuff look cool? Does that make sense?
I think the main part for me is always about like forms, like the shape I use, and like the form I use through my movements. And then of course there's always like in one move there can be so many aspects, like there can be a direction change and also a certain shape and also a tread and also a spin and a slide, you know, and that can be one move. So it's like a lot of stuff, but the main thing that it always comes back to is for sure the form and the shape that makes it look nice. Because for me, at least, there's just some forms or shapes that I'm like, oh, that's not nice. And to other people, that might be different. But in the end, I just, like, if I'm happy with it myself, then it's cool. And in the end, it's like, if you want to win, I think, of course, like, you have to dance for the judges. But if you just do your stuff and you really believe in it, then they'll feel it.
Yep. Bars. I love that.
It's so cool how you're able to talk about your style and your practice, because like as someone that teaches, come across so many artists and dancers that just don't have words for the way that they move and why they move the way they do. So don't underestimate the power of you being able to like speak on it. Like it's really cool.
It takes time though.
Yeah, and it's very like breaking approach. It's a lot of breakers are very aware, because you need to be aware of your own dance to create new stuff. And if you're just making choreos and you're like, oh, the music is saying I'm in water, and you're doing I'm in water, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's nice, cool, you know. But like for us, we can have water as a concept. I made a whole piece with this in mind, you know. So I think b-boys and b-girls are very conscious about the way they're moving. And also when we're practicing, you have 10 sets of eyes, because you're doing something, but I'm watching and I can see more than you're doing. So half of the time in practice sessions, it's hearing someone's idea of your move that you just did, and I'm like, okay, I freestyled. I don't know what I did, and they were like, okay, let's figure it out.
Yeah,
You did something like this, and maybe grab your foot there or something. So I think,
Yeah.
for sure, like you should have your foundation. Foundation is super important, and
Yeah, 100%.
the way he approaches his dance is also in a way very traditional, because he's talking about forms, and talking about form is very traditional in the dance, but he's searching for different shapes and new forms to incorporate in his own dance. And the same goes for all the moves that we do that don't have a name. I mean, they have a name, but it only makes sense to us.
Yeah,
If you're gonna read it, you're like elephant in the neck. Oh no, that's you. But
Did you just? That was good. I need to make up a move.
Only we understand those
Elephant
names,
in the
you know.
neck.
So then, but all these moves are born from breaking in the end.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
if you
yeah.
ask me, what are you? I'm a b-boy for sure. You know, I'm not telling. Yeah, I do a little bit of contemporary and some house dance. Of course, I have some elements.
Yeah.
But I'm a b-boy first for sure. And every move that I do, I consider breaking. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It always stems from breaking, for sure. And you can get inspirations from anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that was maybe more of a thing when I first started dancing. Like, I think, well, I can definitely speak for the UK, where it's like, we all used to train in like the scene was really small, so we used to train in like all my early floor work I got from b-boys. Like I'd be training hip hop in a space, and b-boys would be doing that, and I'd be like, "Yo, can you just teach me?" And for what I loved as a hip hop dancer or a popper was like all of the shit that would be my blow ups for popping or hip hop was you guys throw away shit. So nobody cared about me using it. It's like just a little knee drop or something. I'm like, "Can you teach me that?" They're like, "Yeah, that's like day one of breaking, but yeah, take it." And I was never like biting anything because he's like, "Yeah, that's everybody uses that, so go for it." So I was like, "Great, this is like the biggest thing anyone's seen in hip hop." Like, you know what I mean? It's like, "Oh, he did a knee drop!" Like, but yeah, who? All right, not in the ruggeds. Top 3 breakers for you at the moment.
At the moment,
Yeah.
okay,
Current.
he has a better, clear vision of the field.
You can't say ruggeds.
But
I'm
I
a
think,
bit
no,
out.
You need to go first. 'Cause it's-
Breakers now that I like, not that I think they are good.
Yeah, let's go to your favorite 3 then. Not in the
Favorite
ruggeds.
3 at the moment. I never think about this, man. Who do I like? Phil Wizard. I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? Can you give us a little why?
His approach to the dance, like the way he incorporates certain moves that people do, but the way he does it is way different. And just I really like his shape in his footwork also. And just the moves and the concepts that he does are very creative and are also things that he created. So it's kind of the same approach that we have. Like he does moves that I can give it a name, but it doesn't have a name.
Right.
Yeah.
Elephant in the neck.
Yeah, elephant in the neck. Yeah, and
That's the name of the
and he's
podcast.
super fit. You know, so it's also his athletic
Ability.
level is so high, and it's the reason why he won the Olympics.
Yeah,
and,
true.
But seeing him at practice is even more impressive. Yeah, yeah, like he does stuff like I'm like, what? Like the same thing that he wants to create with people, I have it with Phil. Like when I watch him at practice, I'm like, I don't even know what you did, man.
Right.
So Phil's one. Damn, dog. Maybe you say some, and I keep thinking.
Oh.
Or maybe even Lorenzo, if you've got some like young generation people that we should check out, like people that.
Oh.
Yeah.
For sure.
Federico,
Yeah.
his little brother.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out on Federico. This guy, he's like an architect. He's
Okay.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's two.
He's really good, but he's ugly.
He looks like you, man.
I think I saw him dance before I saw you dance. Actually,
Yeah, I didn't want to say Federico because.
Yeah, so I said it.
Yeah.
Next.
Okay. Anyways, the first one I had to say, even not regarding like new generation, no matter. Rick Chow Jashin. His name is
Is he the one? Sorry if I'm not familiar. He's the one that did.
Pro Breakin Classic.
Yeah, with
Crimson. Yeah.
with Crimson. Yeah.
Oh,
He's for sure.
And he did Beyond Doubt with him as well.
Yeah.
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 He's for sure like my main inspiration right now.
Okay, sick.
Because I actually, so I met him at Breakin Classic. Then he came to IBE for CrashFest. Then he stayed a couple of days. Then I just chilled with him, and then we went to Porto together to battle. So that was another week. Then went to Switzerland for a battle, another week. So then we just spent like 2 random weeks together. And then he came to my house for 2 weeks. Also super random. Like I just met him a month ago. And then he was just at my house for 2 weeks. And then we went to Asia for a month.
Wow.
So it was really random. It was like a really like random connection, but it really worked. And the way he dances, I think, is so dope. And yeah, I take a lot of inspiration from him. So he's for sure, if you have to check out somebody, check out Federico and then
Sick.
Rick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Other Phil, I also like. Capsule Corp Phil,
Capsule
super
Corp Phil.
dope. More
He's really
traditional, but so dope. Yeah. And I had one more. It's gone. There are a lot from Japan, but Haruto is nice. Upcoming.
I wanted to say, you're gonna say Haruto.
Yeah, Haruto, Ishin, super
Ishin, of
nice.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
From
lot of
Japan,
cats,
also a
yeah.
lot of young generation. Minix is one of them. Him and his whole like crew. Like there's so many young people. That's actually where I get the most inspiration from now.
Young boys.
Yes, Roy.
Sorry.
He's actually ended up filling the ape spot.
Yes, like mild chaos.
Right,
So
so
I take a lot of inspiration from the young generation of breakdance.
Yes.
Breaking, before people get triggered.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know, because it's like, they just do new shit.
Yeah.
And I feel like they care less.
yeah,
And I like that. Because I feel like a lot of the, like, no. Shit.
up to you.
No, it's like, for me, a lot of people in the scene, like, care too much about, no, it has to be this way and that way and this way and that way. It's like, yo, if he does something dope, or if he even thinks it's dope, then let him do it. Then it's cool, you know?
Yeah, and it's like if you're sitting in the judge's seat, you can make your decision and say it's not, whatever.
Of course.
But
Like if you're chosen to be a judge,
Yeah.
then you
Then judge.
your opinion. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's like doesn't mean that person shouldn't do it. It's just like
Exactly.
do it, but like if I have to vote against you, I have to vote against you. But I respect the art that
Yeah,
you're,
exactly.
Yeah.
you're bringing on the stage. Can you guys talk to me a little bit about CrashFest? Just because
Yeah.
you will know
yeah.
more about it than me, and I think it from what I see, I'm like
I'd love
this
to
is
go.
fucking cool.
I'd love to.
But I don't know anything about it really.
CrashFest is the UFC of breaking.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Who runs it?
Taufik.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
of course.
So a thing that misses in the scene is where back in the days you could do something crazy but not really land it, but
Yeah.
everybody saw the idea and was like, yo, that's freaking
Yeah.
crazy what you just did. But if you do this in a battle now, you're gonna lose because you have to be clean. You have to do
Yeah,
this
yeah.
baby freeze, you know. So Taufik was like, I need to do something about it because he's also one of those guys
Yeah.
who was like an innovator in a lot of moves, and he just likes to put mats, throw his crazy stuff, and then it was like, who got crazier stuff than me?
Yeah.
And now it's just the jam, and it's a competition that has the craziest qualifier of all the jams that I've been. Because
Yeah.
you need to prove yourself.
Okay.
And you have to convince Taufik that you're able to go through to the next round. And Taufik has seen the craziest things. So if you're going to make it, you're super dope.
Yeah.
And then in the end, the cypher with all the ones that got through the qualifier, they choose the winner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh
So
wait,
that-
so
yeah.
people that get through, like everybody just, so is it like a kind of cipher thing where people just go in and throw their shit?
Yeah, exactly.
And then everybody that's kind of part of the competition, we all, like, let's say it's all us four, like if
Yeah.
Lorenzo throws some crazy shit, we all go, nah, he got it. Like,
Yeah.
this is-
Yeah, so
okay.
it's a kind of a cipher thing, and it's really action reaction. So what you see in battles now is that people have like a structure of their round, because this is like kind of the winning formula,
Yeah.
which I get. But back in the days, it was more
It's not just breaking.
sharing ideas. No, it's not just breaking. Yeah. But it's like, okay, I have this idea or concept, and then someone's like, oh, I have a similar thing, and I'm going to show it now. And then the rounds were like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's 45.
Because you're ticking the boxes.
You're ticking
and-
all those boxes, and it kills the, the spontaneity. Is that the
Yep,
word?
yep.
Oh.
Yeah. And and with CrashFest, you bring this back and then amplify it, because it's okay.
Yeah.
You're doing this crazy stuff now. You almost want to push someone out of the way to throw your own stuff there.
They do that.
Yeah,
So the prelim, in a way, is like, it's still a cipher.
yeah.
Yeah.
But people, and is it like you have a number, or is it just
You
anyone
just
goes
go.
in?
You just go.
Just
And
go,
if you do something crazy stuff, it's like gets you out of
Yeah.
it. They're like, you're through. Go
Oh
stand
wow,
there.
that's like almost like a Vogue ball. Like that's how they do
Yeah.
it. Like you do the thing, and then they either chop you or
Yeah.
put you through
Yeah.
on the spot.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Also, if Taufik thinks you're Taufik stinks.
Shout out naar Taufik, man. Eerlijk.
If
No,
Taufik-
if Taufik thinks
Yeah.
thinks that you're whack, then he's also going to show it.
You're
he's
out.
also going to be like, yo,
Yeah, yo, get up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Make room, make room.
I
When
kinda
does
like
it
that as well.
happen?
It does happen.
When?
It does happen.
Oh, when?
Yeah.
Hand
When
hops.
someone does hand hops. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
sorry.
No, when does the battle
when does the
happen?
battle actually happen?
when does it happen that someone is whack?
You're out. Chop. Judo chop. It happens at IBE. Yeah, the next edition is at IBE. Yeah,
Sick.
and this is always the big one. Yeah,
And when does that happen?
IBE is in the
I think
somewhere
it's the
around
third week of August. I
20
wanna say.
August somewhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
And so then the people that get through, is there a limited number that get through, or is just whoever he puts through is through?
I think there is a number that he thinks of, but then
Yeah.
if there's someone who's still crazy,
Screw it.
let's go.
And then so you just go in the cipher, throw whatever you, and is the rule is like you don't have to land it. It's just ideas.
I mean, if you land it, it's better, of course.
Okay.
But
But it doesn't matter
no.
if you crash it.
It's more about
so
the
you
idea.
can try it 5 million times.
Yeah, you can still win if you did like 5 crashes in the whole qualifier or in that last round. For opposite, no, what's the word? In comparison to a battle,
Yeah.
if you crash 5 times, you're never gonna win.
Yeah.
Never. So you're not gonna try risky stuff.
Okay, so the idea is to still land it, but you're taking more risks in
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Even like
If you just hit that one move,
yeah,
boom.
like that move that you only land once every 10 times, you're still
it.
gonna try it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sick.
But in a battle, you're never gonna do
Yeah.
it. Never.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything I see coming out of CrashFest, like all the
CrashFest
clips
is
and
the
stuff,
best,
looks
bro.
amazing.
CrashFest
Yeah.
is crazy.
So nice.
It's really refreshing.
Yeah.
Sick. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Tals, you got anything else? Any other burning questions for the two celebrities on the sofa?
What are you doing at Breakin Convention? Like,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
happening?
Damn, dog. Yeah.
That's why we're here. Shout out Breakin Convention.
Shout out to Breakin Convention. Yeah. Breakin Convention asked us politely, can you do something at this year's Breakin Convention? And can you just break and set the stage on fire, please? And we're like, yeah. We don't have anything that fits, but we're gonna make something for
Yeah.
you
Okay.
again.
As a thank you.
As a thank you and as kind of a celebration of 20 years of the rugged. So it's a showcase. So it's not like a very deep theater piece. It's a showcase,
Yeah.
which showcases our individual skills and brings back moves and routines from 20 years ago.
Nice.
And so you're going to see some fragments of adrenaline, some things from battles, some things from different pieces.
Sick.
And it's basically just us all together again on the stage, on that same stage that started everything. And
All together.
almost like it's 6 people. We're supposed to be with a little bit more, but 6 people made it. And yeah, we just had our tech. I mean, this is gonna come out way later, but tech was good. Like the organization is so nice, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to this.
You've got all 3 nights, right?
Yeah, you have. Sick.
Amazing.
Can't wait to see it. Any audience questions? No.
Het is zo koude heet. It's so
Hey,
hot.
man, yeah.
Holy shit.
It's not even. Oh, I thought he was like, and we're done. Let.
Right, guys. Roy's hot, so we're gonna wrap it up before he sweats out.
Yeah, taking a cab to the wrong hotel again. Yeah.
Gramps is in the building now.
All right. Well, thanks you guys for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Congratulations on 20 years. That's incredible.
Yeah,
I did an episode with Neek a few years ago at this point, so check that out if you haven't seen it.
Yep.
But yeah.
We have the Lee one as well.
Oh yeah.
And Lee, forgot. And Lee, hoping to have more episodes with you guys. You're always welcome on the capsule. So Roy, when Breakin Convention got confirmed, I just got a message from Roy, like not even hello or anything, just how many people can you fit on your couch? And I was like, why? He's like, we're coming. I was like, all right, let's go.
Nice.
But yeah, you guys are always welcome. We definitely need to do some bigger crew pods. Obviously we're going to be at Jams and Gems and we're going to talk about what crazy shit we're going to make there. But yeah, I love you guys. I think you're dope.
Likewise.
I saw Neek from early, and then when I found out, I remember when it was still Rugged Solutions, and you guys, I thought you were always like inspiring, and I love to see breakers that are like, you know, appeal to people that aren't breakers. I feel like a lot of times I'll watch breaking, especially before, and I felt a bit like, which is, I get what, like, I think people feel like this about dance in general, but I feel like it within our own scene sometimes. I look at breakers and I'm like, I feel a bit alienated because I don't know what I'm looking at, and therefore I feel like I can't enjoy it. And I think the Ruggeds were one of the groups that like I would watch and I'd be like, I feel part of this. Like, even if I don't know, I don't understand this, I don't understand that. Like, I feel like you look fucking cool. Like, that's what, like, with Lorenzo at Battle Bad, I'm like, listen, I know a little bit more than I used to. I'm still not an expert breaker, but this guy just looks fucking cool. You know what I mean? And I was like, I can just enjoy it for that. And then, getting to know you guys. You're all really nice people. You've all, you know, like I'll be the first to, no, I wouldn't say this on the pod with you guys here, but I just wouldn't compliment you on this if it was the case that you weren't nice people. But everyone that I've spoken to from the Ruggeds, everyone that I've like hung out with, you're all genuinely good people. I've seen you like look out for each other, like be nice to us when we've needed something. I feel like if I needed something, like if I had advice or if I wanted advice, I could come to any of you guys. Neek's, you know, me and him have had some chats, you know, about like the stuff that I'm doing with the pod. And I just think you guys have always been supportive, always been really nice. You're funny, which is great. You're good looking, I guess, if like, you know, maybe not compared to me, but compared to some other people.
Speak on.
But yeah, you're just a really good group of people. And I think not only is that hard to come by in the dance scene, it's hard to come by in the sense that like 100% of you guys are cool. It's not like I like 5 of you, but the other guy's meh. It's like all of you guys are cool. And to maintain that for 20 years is
all cool,
crazy.
All good, and all like serve like a really unique purpose in the
There's no
group.
crossover.
Like,
There's no
hear the story in more details. I'm like, okay, some problems.
Yeah.
Like, what's the catch here? Like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah, are any of you
No
secretly
fair.
murderers or something?
I mean, we've talked briefly about our basement where we keep the other people.
True.
Yeah.
All the ugly Dutch people go, ruining the reputation, so they just put them away or send them to Hilversum.
Do you? I don't know where that is.
Yeah,
That's
shoot.
where I
Yeah.
stayed there in
Yeah,
the woods.
shoot.
It was my
she's just
only
sending
reference.
shots.
No, it was just my reference point of
Shoot,
the
lelijke
town.
vetlap.
I loved it. Very pretty. Very pretty. Sunny had bad things to say about it.
Ah. Well, yeah. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being in the scene. And we love you.
Likewise.
I'm speaking on behalf of everyone. There might be people that don't love you. I think we all love
probably.
We love them enough
that's
for
okay.
everybody.
you. Yeah. And shout out to the rest of the Ruggeds who are preparing for the show right now. And shout out to Breakin Convention who hosted this episode, put the Ruggeds onto theatre, put me onto a lot of stuff. Like, Breakin Convention are just the glue to a lot of things. And we love you, and we love Tali the most for being here.
Okay.
And and if you're here for I always say this, but if you're here for the Ruggeds, check out the capsule. There's plenty of episodes of me and Tali laughing, joking, talking shit, and there's some knowledge in
Spitting
there.
bars, come on.
Yeah, and there's some bars now and then. And if you're here from the capsule and you don't know about the Ruggeds, there's probably 2 of you, but go and check out the Ruggeds. They're dope. And catch you next time. Peace, guys. This is hilarious. wait, let's do a Ruggeds. Ready?
What?
Tally, come on. Oh, no, wait. Go, start again. Ready? No, wait.
Oh my God.
Switch legs.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
fine,
ready?
again.
6,
this is the beginning?
7,
I don't
8.
know.
Woo! All right, backflip. Tally.
I was like, wait, what?
What's
Never.
these?
Okay, good.